Hi, good morning, everyone. Whether you're in Switzerland, New York City, your kitchen, or this barn, yeah, let's get started. Oh, it's 6. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, there's William Acker, our latest company member. Not latest as in newest, as in latest to the class. It's okay. We shame people for being late here, apparently. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna take a warm-up today. It's gonna be really circular and round. And sort of like the whole point is just to like sort of continue moving. So if you're like sort of lost in it or like don't know what I'm saying, just try to continue finding like either like a figure 8 or a circular pattern. But yeah, I mean it should be easy to follow. But we're gonna start with the right hand. It's gonna go back and across the body to the left hip and across. So we're making figure 8s with the right hand. I'm taking a gentle plie every time my hand goes down. And then I'm letting my head, my gaze sort of follow the hand loosely. So my neck is soft and available. And then letting that sort of go into my spine, my ribs. Everything's soft and moving. And the figure 8 with the hand. And now take the right hand just straight back in circles over and over and over and over and over. Take the left hand over and back. So just the left hand now going in circles. Keep breathing. Taking figure 8s across and over. Across. Again, taking these figure 8s with the left hand now. Letting the elbows be soft as the arm falls across. Head and neck is available. The shoulders are soft. The knees are soft. The ankles are soft. And take the left arm back in circles. Take the left arm forward and back. It's reverse, yeah. That's the other one. That's the other one. And now the right arm's going back. Just the right arm. And now both arms going back together. Up, down, up, down. Take a chance to roll the wrists out as you're rolling through. Crunch. I mean, not crunch, but you know, scrunch the fingers. I don't know why I always say crunch your fingers. Probably don't do that. But y'all get me.
Hello, if you're just joining us.
Hello!
We're warming up.
And I'm gonna bend the arms, taking the hands to the shoulders. So I'm making circles with my elbows and really opening the chest here. Woo! And taking the hands down and just rolling the shoulders back. And I've let go of my gentle plie. You don't have to, or you can. Rolling the shoulders back. Roll reverse, shoulders up and forward, down and back. Rolling shoulders forward. Taking the arms back, I'm going to stretch over the top. Reach forward. Take the head, pointing the top of the head down toward the floor. Bending the knees, bending. Reaching the back of the pelvis down, rolling back. Over the top. Reach up. And again, find that circle forward as we stretch forward. And take as much time here in this forward fold as you need. Just be soft in the knees. Take the top of the head towards the floor. And when you're ready, tuck the pelvis, reach the tailbone down. Roll up and find the top. 2 more. Really feeling the circular pattern of the reach forward. And then back up. One more reach forward. Make sure the head and the neck is really soft here. Maybe shake your head side to side if you want. Bending the knees, rolling back up. Finding the top. And we'll reverse. I'm tucking the chin to the chest. Rolling down. Then reaching the crown of the head out as I sneak forward to come back up. And I'll reverse. Tuck the chin to the chest. Rolling down, really curving my spine here. Then reaching out with the crown of the head or with the chin. Finding the circle out. And once I reach the top, I fold the chin back down into my chest. 2 more just like that. And really work through the spine. Feel the spine doing the circle. Find a wave in your spine. Last one. Chuck the chin to the chest. Chin to the chest. Roll down. And all the way back up. We'll find these circles to the side and taking left arm up and over. Folding to the right. And then I'll drop the head down and fold over to the left. Taking the right arm up, I'm finishing the circle on the other side. And I'll reverse. Right arm over the top, folding to the left. Bend the knees, and then pull the chin to the chest. Head towards the floor, opening on the right side, left arm over the top. One more slow, just like that. So I'll take 8 counts all the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the middle. 8 back up to the other side. 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that. 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and other side. Now we'll take 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, other side. 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time with 4s. 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Really find that circle as big as you can. Last time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Take the head, continue that circle to the right, so now it's rolling the head and the neck. Rolling that circle to the right. And reverse head to the left. Really the head be heavy and the neck be soft here. Reverse back to the right. Now incorporating my shoulders and my chest. So I'm closing and opening, letting the shoulders be soft, just falling to the front and then falling to the back. And reverse. Ooh. And reverse to the right. Now using the ribs, so I'm sort of staying in a plie or in a bend and just letting my ribs fall over to the left, the front, the right, and the back. And reverse one more time to the left. Still letting the head, the neck, the arms, the wrists, and the hands be soft. And finding myself back up to standing. I'm just gonna roll the wrists out here. I'm gonna incorporate my right ankle, so now I'm rolling the wrists and the right ankle. you can do them both the same. You know, that's also great. You don't have to have a challenge. Sometimes I don't like to be challenged. And switch to the other ankle. You can start to incorporate the elbows into this rolling. And now adding the elbows and the knees. So I'm just sort of circularly moving the elbows and the knees. This is my very hip, cool dance. So I do it at all the parties that I definitely get invited to, or I did. It's weird. So just making circles with the elbows and the knees, just giving some love to those joints. Right, you can pick the leg up to give more mobility to the knee. And now moving into the hips and the shoulders. Just rolling the hips out. If you're just joining us, we're just rolling. We're rolling. Y'all remember Fantasia Barrino sing that for her American Idol audition song? Because I did. So I'm just rolling, making circles of the hips and the shoulders. And now I'm going to move into the chest, the ribs, and the head. And again, just making circles and figure eights. And continue like this for about 8 more counts. Now I'm going to make a figure 8 with my nose. So I'm sort of drawing a figure 8 in space in front of me with my nose. Ooh. Yeah, this is a cool dance. We look good.
We do. And we know you look good too at home.
Yes, we is all of us. And then as I draw this figure 8 with my nose, I'm going to start to incorporate a slide right to left with my feet. And I'm going to drop my pelvis. So now I'm in sort of a second position where I'm shifting side to side with my legs out wide. Drawing that figure 8 with my nose so my head and my neck are soft. You can make your figure 8 really small. Or you can make it like really big. Woo! That's exciting. Just depends on, what you need. I'm a little cold, so I'm gonna, be big for as long as I can handle it. Sometimes it's good to know when you've had enough. And then everybody, let's sort of slow that down and drop a little bit more into our second position. And then moving on to the pelvis. With the bottom of my pelvis, what we call, the sits bones, or what is this? PSIS?
Sits bones.
Yeah. Post superior iliac spine. But I guess, yeah. Oh no, that's the one up here. What's P? Oh, whatever.
It's Saturday. I don't know. Anatomy anymore.
It's your tailbone.
It's your tailbone. But I'm pointing my tailbone down. Right now I'm drawing the figure 8s on the floor in this second position.
Ooh, you're drawing figure 8s on the floor?
Yeah. This is my sexy dance I do at parties. I stand in a second position and move
Just draw a figure 8.
and move my hips in a figure 8. This is really great for your hip flexors. Doesn't feel super great on your quads, but it's still good for your quads.
It's like the fun squat.
This is the fun squat. You ever do squats at the gym, they're not fun? Just add a figure 8. We'll continue for maybe like 16 more. And if you're done, then come out, you're done. Woo!
And by the gym, you mean?
I mean,
You're home.
I know that people go to the gym, or they used to. I've never been there. Now I'm gonna just slowly bring myself back in to my feet underneath my hips. And again, just rolling out the ankles again. I'm gonna do a last little thing, and then our warm-up will be done. We're gonna do, we call in the dancer world a rondejam, or to any regular person, draw a circle with your leg. Your foot reaches and you draw a circle. Yes, so if you've never done a rondejam, welcome. It's not as complicated as French makes it sound. So I'm just gonna reach my right leg forward and then draw a semicircle all the right leg, or right side of my body, and then I'm going to reach back through the front once I get to the back. So I'm going front and back, and front and back. And we'll speed this up eventually.
Just like speed up my.
I know, front and back, front, back. And we're just drawing semicircles with my right leg, and now I'm going to start to incorporate my arms. So I'm going to let him swing however feels naturally to me. I'm doing like circles over my head. You don't have to. Just using the arms to do something. Now I'm like also using my head. This is my TW modern dance training. Woo! And like see if you can find yourself off balance and back on balance with the circle of your leg. Woo! And you can start to take the leg off the ground, leg and circles. And you can reverse the circles back to front. So now my right half of my body is just doing circles. You can do full turns if you want. Just getting the circles in space happening. We did circles in our bodies, and now we're doing circles in space. It's a little bit longer here with your rond de jambes. Again, if you're just in this basic front back, that's great. We love basic. We're basic here. And switching over to the left leg. Again, left foot reaches front. And to the back. And to the front. And to the back. Through the middle, to the front. Back, front. Back, front. Back, front. Back. And start to use the arms to do something. Maybe they're swinging with your arm. Maybe your arm and your leg do the same exact thing. Maybe they go opposite. Ooh. Maybe they go in figure eights. Maybe they go rolling with the homies. Ah! Maybe you spell your name with your nose while your arms do the, what's this, the Margarita? And we're just making our leg move. The leg's moving in circles. You can take it off the floor. You can reverse it. You can make it really small and fast, really big and slow. Right half the body is doing circles in space with these rond de jambes. It's a little bit longer with this. And slow this down. Come back to feet underneath the hips. Feel those circles still moving. Last thing. I'm just going to shift my weight forward onto my toes, and then to the right on the sides of my feet, back to my heels, then to the left, and forward, to the right. So I'm just gently leaning as I shift my weight in a circle on my feet. Just feeling the weight shift on my feet, letting my ankles be soft, taking all this motion that we did out in space and then the rest of the body, and just transferring it back into the floor, giving it back. And I'll reverse. I'll go front to the toes, to the left half of the feet, to the heels, to the right. See if you can like wiggle your toes while you're here, shifting the weight. Obviously not when the weight is in the toes, but you know. Okay. Yeah. We feel warm. Do you feel warm?
I feel warm.
I feel warm. Y'all feel warm? Yes. Hopefully you do. Oh, Raina, I'm gonna grab some water real quick, and then we'll move on. So grab some water if you want. If you're just joining us or you need a little extra, right? Definitely continue with those rond de jambes, or just again find circles, especially in the joints, elbows, wrists, shoulders, knees, and ankles. Feel those circles for a minute, and I'm gonna get some water.
Thank you guys for joining us on this Saturday morning. Yeah, as Colby said, if you're just joining us, take a few roll downs, some circles with your hips, wrists, elbows, shoulders, head, and get ready to join us for the second half of our class.
your water break song. You're welcome.
Yeah. How much water people want?
Y'all were thirsty, apparently, according to Justin. Okay, so we're going to. Sorry, I was not in the camera. We're going to continue sort of in the strain of last week, continuing to collaborate on editing and reworking our choreography, and continuing to sort of show a little bit of our process, specifically when our process is including improv and sort of games that we use, right? I don't know.
Yes.
I was just like,
You're doing great.
I'm nervous.
You're doing great.
So yeah, specifically games that we use either together or games that we use when we're teaching or workshopping things to inspire new ways of moving, and definitely how using these games to edit what we already have when we're sort of feeling like the movement needs to continue to go somewhere, but we don't have anything in our brains to like make up. But so I want to do something called emotional body parts. I think this is Meg Stewart.
It is Meg Stewart.
Yes. So this is Meg Stewart. If you know Meg Stewart, I don't know her, but I have read the things she's written, and I think she's cool. But so essentially it is what it sounds like. The body part that I name and the emotion that I name will then inspire movement, and Danielle will demonstrate as I sort of chat through it, if that's okay.
Yes.
And then we'll sort of move on and see how we can use this as a group and we can collaborate across the interwebs. But yeah, essentially, just like last week, any option is the right option if it's the option for you. Don't worry so much about placing judgment on the movement. Just try to go with whatever feels authentic and inspired in the moment. And so also try this at home, and Danielle will demonstrate. So the first one is going to be tired knees. Tired knees. So as Danielle's moving, the thing that's different about this from last week is that it's not just one motion or a repeated movement, right? It could be something that she repeats, or she can change her idea of what tired knees is as many times as she wants to. This is especially great as a theatrical practice. And we'll move on to excited shoulders. You look good. Right, so the thing that's really awesome about this is that you can decide to craft a narrative. You can decide to dance without the idea of a narrative. Or you can just approach this physical exercise as an acting exercise. How would you show the audience that your shoulders are excited? And what's the difference between excited shoulders and happy shoulders? So Danielle's gonna do happy shoulders now. For those of you who are just joining us, we're going through an improv game called Emotional Body Parts. So just try to follow the emotion in the body part that I give, and Danielle's demonstrating for us. And now we'll do confused wrists. Confused wrists. Again, Danielle could make any choice in space, high or low, big or small. Any choice in timing, fast or slow, still or moving. And she can change that choice as many times as she wants to. And now we'll do curious rib cage. Curious rib cage. And what feels most authentic to you? What feels most curious in your rib cage? How might you communicate with someone that your rib cage specifically is curious? And we'll do angry ankles. Show me your angriest ankles, everybody. This is also a great exercise in isolation and initiation. Right? Danielle and all of you are at home are really focusing on how you can dance with or move with and from your ankles, as opposed to your foot or your shin or your knees. How is it your ankles conveying the emotion? And we'll give a little bit of a harder one. Let's do lazy clavicle. It's your collarbone. I'm sure you all know that, but you know. Lazy clavicle. And let's do sexy booty. Is sexy an emotion? Ooh, sexy booty.
Feel sexy.
Yeah, you could feel sexy.
It's like when you're doing a squat, you're doing a figure eight on the ground.
You're doing a figure eight on the ground. There it is. Let's move into hungry pelvis. And again, if you're lost in this, you don't know what to do, or you're not feeling super confident about your movement choices, again, all your choices are correct. I would invite you and encourage you just to do whatever feels authentic. If your pelvis were to tell you it was hungry, how would you know? If you could talk to your pelvis, I'm sure, in quarantine we're getting close. And last one, let's do scared fingers. Scared fingers. Again, thinking about how this is different from terrified or cautious, and how this is different from scared hands or scared wrists or scared fingernails. And find an ending there. Yeah! How's that going, y'all? Y'all having a good time? You have a good time?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think really hard.
Emotional body parts.
Emotional. Right, so I think there are a lot of really useful things about this, about doing this. If y'all have any questions, feel free to
Take it on in.
to type them in before we move on to the next little section. Yeah, do you want to talk any about that? Or?
Sure. So, really, one of the great things about exploring emotional body parts is all of what Colby was saying. It helps you develop internal narratives, whether or not the audience understands the narrative that you have going on inside of your head. It gives you a grounding place to move forward and to explore and develop a gestural language. So a lot of the times in dance theater or in contemporary dance, and as well as in physical theater, that's a lot of what we're working with is a gestural language that is understood without having to converse with text. We can explore all of that biomechanically, And it does help with isolations, understanding how one part of your body is connected to the other, and how you can locomote through space. So last week I kind of talked about how I never dance with my hands, as I forget that my arms are an appendage that I can use unless I'm upside down. So this type of improvisational game helps me remember that I have more to use in my body than just my feet and my pelvis. That dancing with my head-tail connection, or as Tyra says, from H to T.
From H to T, come on. Tyra Banksman is live.
Is more, it feels better and it's more organic, and it gives you so much more to use. Your toolbox is just larger by exploring these emotional body parts and just starting to connect deeper to your corporeal form.
Yes. So sort of in the vein of Dance Twister, which we did last week, we're gonna all do this exercise again. And then after we do this, to just be thinking of your favorite emotions and your favorite body parts, because just like last week, we'll ask for the comments to create a score for us all to dance through. But we're gonna experiment now with layering. So this is gonna be very difficult. Again, right? You make the choice when to let something drop off or challenge yourself. How many emotions and body parts can you layer on top of each other at once, right? Especially if we get to something that's like excited knees and scared knees. Can I make them excited and scared at the same time? Ooh, could I make my right knee excited, my left knee scared? I don't know. I probably don't have that capacity, but you might. So we're just gonna start with happy head. So whatever that means to you, again, make choices in space and time. This is my happy head. And keep your happy head and give us angry elbows. So my head's still happy, but my elbows are very angry. They're having an argument, but my head doesn't care. And I'm gonna try to keep my happy head and my angry elbows as I layer on lazy legs. As you can see, I like alliteration apparently. Happy head, angry elbows, lazy legs. And again, whenever you're done layering, if you need to drop something out, you drop something out. Because we're gonna add on top of this concoction, tense shoulders. Happy head, angry elbows, lazy legs, tense shoulders. And I'm noticing my tense shoulders are trying to affect the happiness of my head, but I'm not gonna let that happen. My head's gonna stay happy. And see if you can layer onto this one more thing. Let's go. Curious spine. Woo. Woo. Happy head, angry elbows, curious spine, lazy legs, tense shoulders. And let's go for this for about a minute and see what comes out of it. Again, if something drops out, feel free to bring it back or let it rest. About 20 more seconds here. Again, all your choices are the right choices. Change your choice at any time. Let that find an ending. Woo! Okay. Yeah. Yes. For those of you just joining us, we are going through these emotional body parts. We're gonna try 2 more like that, layering 5 emotions and 5 body parts. Let's see. I'm gonna start. Maybe we'll start down. So let's start with what's an emotion?
What is an emotion? An motion is to find it.
Let's do content toes. My toes are content. My toes are content. You know, whatever that means to you. Content toes. And how do you show this with your toes, right? My foot can help. But how do I make my toes the star? The star of the show. Just like I'm the star of any show I've ever been in. And you can quote me on that.
We're all the star of our own shows.
That is true. And with our content toes, we're going to layer on depressed thighs. Content toes and depressed thighs. Whatever choice feels most authentic to you, keep exploring it, keep changing it until you find the one you like. And then once you find the one you like, say goodbye and find something else you like. Content toes, depressed thighs. Let's add on righteous ribcage. Is that an emotion? You can feel righteous. Righteous ribcage. It's righteous. Oh, I like that. Rooster's coming back out. There's a rooster.
Rooster's been hibernating for 2 years.
Righteous ribcage, depressed thighs, content toes. Let's add on scared neck. If you're noticing your face is making choices, that's great. Now you're acting. Now you're dancing. Welcome. Scared neck. And something that's cool to notice is what choices the rest of your body that don't specifically have instructions are making. You know, that's all part of your story. Content toes, depressed thighs, righteous ribcage, scared neck. Last one. Let's add starving fingertips. Depressed thighs, starving fingertips, scared neck, righteous ribcage, content toes. Continue with this for about 30 more seconds. Again, change something if you want. Make it bigger, make it smaller, faster or slower. If you don't want to layer them all or you can't, that's also fine. And find an ending to that. Okay. Now, what time is it?
It is 11:42.
11:42. Yeah, so maybe we ask them for a score now? Yeah. Okay, so hope you're having fun with that, everyone. If you need some water, definitely grab it. So now, just like last week, let's give ourselves a little moment to stew. Think about sort of your favorite emotions and your favorite body parts that you explored, or maybe ones that we didn't get to explore that you were like, oh, say this, say this. And then we'll open up the comments, so y'all will type on whatever device you're using, and just give us emotions with body parts, and we'll use those, and that'll be our score together that we'll use to dance together. So yeah, go ahead and put them in the comments.
Give us your emotions.
Give us your emotions. Give us your body parts. We'll take your emotions. We're like a therapist that way, except for we're not trained to do that. So.
But we will help you reach a catharsis together through movement.
Yes. Ooh, listless lips.
Listless lips.
Ooh, see.
Jealous
People have
ears.
emotions. The only emotions I have are hungry, angry, and content. Apparently, it's like I'm happy, I'm mad, or I'm hungry. Ooh. Angry hips. Yeah, keep typing them in. You can give more than one.
And Justin will help us keep on track with these.
Ooh.
A few more. What we got?
Ooh, disgust knees. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, lonely arms. Those are my arms right
yeah.
now. Well, you know, your arms can never be lonely because you got two of
Two
them.
of them.
Oh.
Well, your arms can never be lonely because.
They say I am a therapist and you are doing great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We needed that. Ooh, hasty hair. Ooh.
Hasty hair, yes. Ooh, jealous belly button. Okay, yeah. It sometimes does get jealous.
I know. My belly button gets jealous of my abs that I definitely have. Okay, we'll take suggestions for like 30 more seconds.
Dapper chin.
Ooh. Come on, that's me and Annie again. Annie. Just kidding, no copyright strike.
All original music here.
Yeah.
And choreography.
Okay, 10 more seconds if you want to add some emotions, body parts.
Some more here. Sassy ankles, shattered elbows.
9,
Ooh.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Happy New Year! Right. So Justin will, like last week, or if you weren't here with us, that's why I'm explaining again. But Justin will read these out so that we can all dance these together. So if you're at home and you're just joining us, we're doing something called emotional body parts. So Justin, you will hear a voice from off the screen that will say an emotion and a body part, and all you have to do is respond physically to that. So if he says happy ears, how would your ears move if they were happy? Whatever that means to you, all answers are the right answers. And we're just gonna do this, and this will be our score together. Yeah, here we go.
So we're starting out with listless lips.
Listless lips.
Jealous ears.
And again, if you want to layer, you can. You don't have to.
And angry hips. So we've got listless lips, jealous ears, angry hips. We're going on to disgust knees. Disgust. How does that disgust? Does it sit in the knees? Does it travel up through the body? Does it affect your angry hips? Is it caused by your angry hips? What's the conversation there? If you're still stacking, we've got listless lips, jealous ears, angry hips, disgust knees. And that conversation is going to travel Travel up the body to lonely arms. If you're having trouble with this, in through the nose, out through the mouth like a straw. Keep breathing through these. If you're stacking, we've got listless lips, jealous ears, angry hips, disgust knees, lonely arms. Hasty hair. That hair is hasty. Making rash decisions.
That's okay.
So we're seeing a portrait of actual hasty hair.
Well.
And if you're still stacking or considering stacking certain things, you've got listless lips, jealous ears, angry hips, disgust knees. So if you're holding on to any of those, lonely arms, if you're holding on to any of those, how are those still informing the conversation you're having with hasty hair? Now it's traveling all the way across the body. Jealous belly button. Belly button. What's the belly button jealous of? Is it just jealous in general? And how does that travel through the body? Dapper chin. It's the emotion of dapper, like sort of this, sort of, it knows it's doing something. It's a nice, smart, good-looking, prepared chin. Is your belly button jealous of your dapper chin? Few we had hasty hair, jealous belly button, dapper chin. And moving right on to sassy ankles.
My sound effects. Sound effects are great.
Sassy, apparently soloing ankles. Stacking, we've got dapper chin, sassy ankles, and now shattered elbows. is it like to have sassy ankles and shattered elbows? Anxious eyebrows. Sassy ankles, shattered elbows, anxious eyebrows. The eyebrows have something on their mind. Anxious eyebrows leading up to a vehement forehead. Vehement. It considers its position vehemently, intently, wholly. It is very confident and very committed to its position. A vehement forehead. Stacking, we've got dapper chin, sassy ankles, shattered elbows, anxious eyebrows, vehement forehead. And the last one, we've had anxious eyebrows, now we have superb brows. Superb. Bringing that whole body conversation that you've been having into the brows. How does that conversation change as it focuses in on the eyebrows? Traveling through a little bit faster. Listless lips. Jealous ears. Angry hips. Sort of recall the conversation you had before. How does it change now that you've seen all of it? Disgust knees. Lonely arms. Hasty hair. Jealous belly button. Dapper chin. Sassy ankles. Shattered elbows. Anxious eyebrows. your emotional body parts for today.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Thanks for dancing with us today. We hope that this class and this exploration of emotional body parts brought you some relief and some release. We're all dealing with different versions of grief and trauma through this time, so hopefully this class gave you a chance to access those emotions, confront them, think about them, and then release them so that the rest of your day, the rest of the week, the rest of our time here in this group shelter can be maybe a little more peaceful. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, you can come back to these emotional body parts and put whatever you need into movement. Say hello, and then goodbye to them. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, y'all. Bye. Love you.